Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official channel of GMAT Club. My name is Dipesh, and I'm your host for the day. In today's session, we are going to speak about funding your MBA as an international student through the Prodigy Finance. For this, we have Sandy, community specialist at Prodigy Finance, who has been building thriving online communities for the past 8 years. With that, I hand it over to Sandy. Hello, Sandy, and welcome to the session. Thank you for taking out the time for the session.
Hey, Dipesh. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
Great to have you. So, for our audience, what the structure of the session will be? Firstly, we will be going through the PowerPoint presentation where Cindy will be walking us through the process and overview of getting finances from Prodigy. Then we'll be addressing a few frequently asked questions, and then we'll be open to the forum questions. So, with that, over to you, Cindy.
Thank you, Dipesh.
Yeah.
Right, so today we'll be talking about funding your graduate degree with Prodigy Finance. So, just a little bit about who Prodigy Finance is. We were founded in 2007, where three MBA students recognized that banks don't serve the needs of international students, requiring collateral, co-signers, guarantors, or documentation that students simply don't have. So these students founded Prodigy Finance, making it their mission to make quality education accessible using financial technology to redefine the loan market. So our innovative and borderless model assesses students on their potential, not just their current circumstances or their credit history. We work with alumni, impact investors, and other private qualified entities who invest in tomorrow's leaders while earning a financial and social return. We've been in the business for 16 years. We funded over 40,000 students. From those 40,000 students, 86% of them have been from emerging markets. And we fund more than 1,000 globally supported schools. A little more about who we are. So, Prodigy Finance borderless credit model has revolutionized the way international graduate students fund their degrees. We are so happy to share that we have disbursed and processed over 2 billion US dollars. We have also supported over 150 nationalities who were eligible for funding with Prodigy Finance. Right. So, some reasons why to choose Prodigy Finance. We understand it's a very overwhelming decision once you decide to study abroad. And here are just some reasons why to go with Prodigy Finance. Firstly, you do not require a co-signer or collateral. This really reduces the burden on your parents or family members to kind of give up their assets to support your dream of studying abroad. You are the sole applicant when applying for a loan with Prodigy Finance. There are no hidden fees. We charge a 5% administration fee. The administration fee is only required to be paid once you start repayment. And then we charge a 100 US dollar processing fee. This is to secure funding for your loan as well as to get you an official loan confirmation letter, which gets used through the visa processes. We are 100% online, so you can apply from anywhere in the world, even from the comfort of your bed. We provide you a provisional offer within 1 to 5 days. In most instances, it is immediate, but it can take up to 1 to 5 days in order to get an offer. The offer is customized with competitive interest rates. You have a choice of the loan terms, so how long you want to take to repay it, from 7 years to up to 20 years. And then we provide you with an official loan confirmation letter, which could be used for visa. Repayment only starts 6 months after classes finish. So this is if you're doing a full-time course. If you are doing a part-time course, you are required to start repayments 3 months after the funds get disbursed. And there are no penalties for early repayment or early settling. So if you wish to settle your loan in 2 years, there's no penalty for doing that. You're more than welcome to start repayment as soon as the funds have been dispersed. And this kind of helps with reducing the total interest that gets charged for the duration of the loan. Let's talk about eligibility. So we have 3 simple requirements which make you eligible to apply for our loan. So you must be attending a school or course we support. We do support lots of schools. We support, lots of schools. We also work with 350 universities in 20 countries, and we work with over 1,107 schools. You must be a resident from the 150 plus countries we support. There are some regions that are not eligible for a loan, and you can visit our website to find those regions. You must be studying abroad, and you must be wanting to do your master's or your postgraduate degree abroad. Currently, we don't support bachelors or undergraduates, but if you are doing your master's or your postgrad, Prodigy Finance can help you with that. If your school or course is not supported, we are regularly adding new schools and courses. So keep an eye on our website and feel free to look at our school search page to take a look at any other schools you may be considering. If there is a university that we support, but maybe not a course, then we will prompt you to submit a request form where we potentially may look to add your course. All right, let's talk about the loan application process. So when you'll start the application, it's an online application. It is a commitment-free quote, so you are not required to go ahead with the application. You can cancel at any time before signing your final loan agreement. The online application takes about 12 minutes on average to complete, depending on how quick you are. It is free and you can have multiple applications. So if you're looking to attend, you're just kind of looking at which school you get the best offer, you can have multiple applications for various schools. Should your application be successful with Prodigy Finance, you will then get a provisional offer. This is instant usually, or it can take up to 5 business days to receive a provisional offer. The provisional offer is valid for 14 days, so you have time to think about it. But when you are ready, you accept the provisional offer and you'll then move over to the verification stage. Remember, accepting this offer is non-binding. It simply moves you to the next steps of the application process. You will then go through a verification process where you'll be asked for some documentation. I'll talk you through some of the documentation later in the next slide. And on average, this could take about 5 to 21 days. It really depends on the accuracy of your documentation and how quickly you are able to upload it online. But these are soft copy documents. We have a dedicated verification support specialist who helps you through the entire verification journey. Then, if you are successfully verified, your loan will be moved to a ready to match status. So this is where we will secure your funding. Once you have been matched, you will receive your official loan confirmation letter, as well as your loan agreements for signing. Prodigy Finance removes all the hassles by sending the funds directly to your school. Your school will send living expenses to you once they have taken the tuition costs. Then, if you need funds for the following year or for a following period, you will submit another application. This is really just to reconfirm your needs. It's also a super quick process because you may not need to upload all the other documentation. We just want to see if anything has changed in your financial situation. And then lastly, repayment starts 6 months after you've graduated from a full-time course. Only then repayment is due. You are, of course, welcome to start repayments at any time after disbursement, and there is no penalty for early repayments. Then documents. So you will be required, there's some mandatory documents, and then there are some non-mandatory documents. The mandatory documents is your proof of admission. We really want to just see that you are admitted to the school and course of your choice. There are no additional test or proficiency materials required. It's just the proof of admission. We will then require a passport copy or a proof of identity, a proof of your current residential address, as well as a local credit report, which varies by country of residence. If you don't have a credit report, that's okay, because we do accept no-hit reports. And in most instances, we will pull a credit report on your behalf. So with your permission, we partner with Nova Credit, and we can then retrieve a credit report on your behalf. Then there are some documentation that you may be required to provide. So if you have declared personal savings or family savings, we will ask for proof of that. If you have declared a proof of scholarship or a sponsorship, we will also require proof of that. And then in some instances, we will ask for a proof of salary, or if you have declared a job post-studies, we will also require for proof of your future income. Moving over to interest rates. So Prodigy Finance charges simple interest rates, meaning that the interest does not compound through the life of the loan. The interest rate is a variable rate, and it's made up of two components. A fixed margin rate. This is determined by Prodigy Finance, and it's based on your personal profile. And then we have a 3-month variable benchmark rate. So Prodigy does not benefit from rising interest rates. We do charge, as mentioned before, a processing fee of $100. This is required to be paid upfront, and this is to reserve your funds. And then we charge a fixed admin fee of up to 5% of the loan amount to finalize your loan and to receive an annual fixed loan servicing fee from our funders. These fees are the only sources of income for Prodigy Finance, and it just helps kind of with our running costs. We do have some exciting news around interest rates, and I'm really thrilled and excited to announce this to all the viewers today. For a limited time only, we completely understand a master's degree can really be a game changer that sets you apart in this increasingly competitive job market. It can really, getting your master's can propel your career forward, widen your horizons, and open doors to opportunities you've only ever dreamed of. So that's why from the 23rd of April until the 7th of May, you could be eligible for lowered interest rates on your master's loan, saving you up to 3%. So be sure to visit the Prodigy Finance website and apply between the 23rd of April to the 7th of May to be eligible for a discount on your interest rate. All right, some additional loan considerations when applying for a loan with Prodigy Finance. These are just a few things to keep in mind as we discuss the loan process. So we do have a minimum loan size per year of 10,000 US dollars. Our maximum loan size is 100% of the total cost of attendance. So when we talk about cost of attendance, that's tuition as well as living expenses. If the cost of attendance, you're required to also demonstrate coverage of the entire budget. So, for example, if the cost of attendance as established by your school is 100,000 US dollars and Prodigy offers you 60,000 US dollars, you do need to show that you can cover the remaining 40,000 US dollars. And then the loan certified the loan certification process is required to be approved by your school. Since we are an education lender, it is important for us that we work closely with your school when dispersing loans. And as mentioned, all funds are sent to the financial aid office at your school. They will then take, the amount owed to them, and they will distribute the remaining funds for cost of living directly to you. All right. And then this brings me close to the end. How to apply. Scan this code to start the application. If you are prompted to put in a referral code, you can use this one over here. When you visit the Prodigy Finance website, we also have an opportunity for you to speak to a mentor. Mentors are Prodigy Finance customers, so those who have availed a loan with us, and they're here to share their study abroad experience. They're the best people to talk about or get advice on studying abroad, since they've been in your shoes before. They've made this big decision to study abroad. So from the Prodigy Finance website, you have an opportunity to chat to a mentor. So thank you so much. That's everything from my side. Again, this is the QR code to scan when you are ready to apply.
All right. Thank you so much, Cindy, for this wonderful overview. And this 3% discount is quite exciting, and people are going to save some serious money there. And on top of that, I just want to remind everyone that GMAT Club also offers $500 worth of cashback when you register through our portal. So head to GMAT Club and go to Prodigy from there. We'll be sharing the link over here as well for your convenience. Now we'll be moving on to the frequently asked questions. But before that, I wanted to remind you to like and subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Also, I see that we have received quite good questions in the chat. So keep them coming and we are going to address all of the questions. All right. So we have the first question is, we have already spoken about what sets Prodigy Finance apart, but in one sentence, if you have to mention, Cindy, like what sets Prodigy Finance apart from traditional lenders like banks, what would that one factor be?
Good question, Dipesh. Thank you so much. I definitely think what sets Prodigy Finance apart from other lenders is that we believe in your potential. We see future, we see your future, we believe in your future. Also that no collateral is needed. Like I mentioned, we believe in your potential, not your possessions. So unlike traditional banks, you won't need a house or a car to secure a loan with Prodigy Finance. We're here to support your educational journey without the burden of collateral or without putting the burden on your family.
All right. Thank you for that answer, Cindy. Moving on to the next question. Does nationality act as a factor in getting the loan from Prodigy? So, Cindy, I remember you spoke about something that Prodigy Finance is not available to people from all the countries, but just to majority of those countries. So, a question, does the nationality or residence play the part over there?
Yeah, Dipesh, as long as you're from one of the 150 countries we support,
Mhm.
you are eligible to apply for a loan. So every application we receive is assessed on an individual basis against a number of factors, and
Mhm.
that's what makes up our credit model. And nationality is not one of those factors, as long as you come from the 150 countries that we do support.
All right. So for all the audience, we have shared a link in the chat here. You can head to that link and see a list of all the 150 countries that Prodigy Finance supports.
Sorry,
Uh,
just to correct you, the link in the chat is the excluded nationalities. So
okay.
those are the list of countries that we do not support. So if your country is not on that list, that means we do fund you.
Okay. All right. Okay. So before moving on to the next FAQ, I'll take up some audience questions. So the first one that we have is we have received a question. Can we combine a Prodigy loan and a loan from another bank? So 60% from Bank X and 40% from Prodigy.
Yeah, this is a really great question. You absolutely can apply for, a loan from Prodigy Finance as long as you meet our eligibility criteria, which is the three requirements, which is you come from a country we support, you're going to do your master's abroad, um, and you're going to study abroad, you are from a country we support, as long as you meet our three basic eligibility criteria, you are eligible to apply. To answer this question, we will look at your credit risk profile. So we do ask for a credit report, and then we will assess your credit worthiness based on the details in your credit report.
All right. Thank you for that answer, Sati. I have another good question. We have a question from Selena. Does opening multiple applications impact my chances of getting a loan? So you mentioned that we can open the applications for different schools, or maybe we just want to see like how much funding can I get from Prodigy. So what is the impact of opening multiple applications at the same time, or like one after the other, on getting the chances of getting a loan eventually?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Selena. And I'm happy to confirm that it has zero impact on the chances of getting a loan. You are more than welcome to start as many applications. We understand that looking around, you're looking for the best offer, and yeah, it absolutely has no impact on the chances of you getting a loan.
Well, I just wish I had some session like this in the past when I was looking for my financing options, because this was a doubt that I had, and unfortunately I did not know who to ask this question from. And on that note, you mentioned about the mentors, so I would just encourage all the other people who are considering Prodigy to just head to the Prodigy website and speak with a mentor if you want an evaluation for your profile. And this definitely was the reason why I was not opening a lot of applications when I was looking for the funding options. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Another question is from Charlie. So I saw something about the mentors. Can you tell us more about that community?
Yes, thank you so much, Charlie, for that question. That's something I'm really passionate about, being a community specialist here at Prodigy Finance. This is also a unique benefit of taking a loan with Prodigy Finance, is that if you have availed a loan with Prodigy, you are then invited to join the Prodigy Finance community. This is an opportunity for you to mentor others. So, explorers reach out, they have tons of questions. It's really kind of an overwhelming decision. And our mentors are there to guide you through that process.
All right. Thank you for answering that question, Cindy. Now I'll be switching back to the FAQs. Before that, I just want to remind all of you to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. And here we have the next question, FAQ 3. What are the interest rates and repayment terms offered by Prodigy Finance? So, as you have already mentioned about the repayment terms and repayment timeline, what are the main factors that the interest rates basically depend on? And let's say I have my provisional offer says that I can get it for 7 years. Is it possible for me to change that to 10 years or 15 years or vice versa?
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't have a set interest rate. As mentioned before, our interest rate is determined by two factors, which is the rate of interest as well as the 3-month variable benchmark rate. That will determine what rate gets applied when we're calculating your monthly EMIs or your monthly repayments. But our offer is tailored to your application, and we do not have a set interest rate or a set repayment term. At Prodigy Finance, we assess your current financial profile as well as your future earning potential in order to give you the lowest possible interest rate that we can offer to you and continue to be financially viable. Say, to answer the second part of your question, if you want to change your repayment, you can. Our support team are on standby to renegotiate the repayment term. Additionally, if you proceed with, let's say, a repayment term of 10 years, you can, of course, settle your payment within 7 years and only be charged for interest rates or only be charged interest for 7 years. A lot of our students who go over to the US and they remain in the US and they stay in the US and they land a job in the US, many of our students end up paying their loans within 2 to 4 years, and then they're only paying interest worth of 2 to 4 years.
Okay, so thank you for that answer. Just expanding a little bit on the interest rates. So you mentioned that one of the factors is like our potential to pay back and like our credit worthiness. So before an MBA or before a master's program, my credit worthiness will be different than what it will be like after my MBA or the graduation. So are these interest rates flexible like after I have availed the loan, after I have completed my education? Are these interest rates going to be the same that I took my loan initially on, or can I request for a change over there?
So when we're assessing your profile, Deepesh, we're looking at your future potential earnings. So based on your course and your school selected, we can then look at historic data to determine what your future potential earning will be. Just a little bit of something to add in there. If you visit the Prodigy Finance website, we have a return on investment calculator. So if you want to know how much you potentially may earn in the future, we'll encourage you to use that return on investment calculator.
Okay.
And then you asked about the changing of the interest rate after you've graduated. So as mentioned, the interest rate is made out of two parts, which is a fixed interest rate that does remain the same for the entire duration of your loan, but then the variable rate changes. And so that might go down, and then your interest rate will go down as well.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. And just encouraging everyone to head to the Prodigy website and check out this return on investment calculator. I surely am going to do that after this session. All right. So next question. Is collateral required to secure a loan from Prodigy Finance? So as you mentioned earlier that a collateral is not required, we can probably just skip this question. It
But
was
I
a
just want to reiterate, no collateral is required. And I think this is like, once again, really just a unique, what sets us apart from, many banks is that, we don't ask you don't even have to get your family involved. No collateral is required, no cosigner. We see your future potential earning, and that's all we kind of interested in.
All right. The next question is also around the same thing. So it says about how does Prodigy Finance assess the credit worthiness? So I think we have already spoken about that, so we can just skip that question for now. So heading to the next question, are there any restrictions on the types of MBA programs or schools eligible for financing through Prodigy Finance?
Are there any restrictions on the types of MBA programs or schools eligible for financing through Prodigy Finance? So, as long as you're going to a school or course that we support, you're going to do a master's or a postgraduate degree. Other than that, yeah, no other restrictions.
All right. So just when we compare, does it matter like if someone is going to the top three business school in the world and then top 25 business schools in the world? So is there any factor of that particular thing?
Well, as long as you're going to school or course that we support, yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that
Does,
answer.
does that answer the question?
I guess yes. Yes, it very much does. And we'll be sharing a link in this chat. You can head to that link and check out all the schools that Prodigy Finance supports. The next one we have, can I use the Prodigy Finance loan to cover living expenses during my MBA program?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, yes, in most instances, our loans cover tuition and living expenses. This does depend on the school and the course you are attending. But once you find the school and the course you are interested in using our search tool on our website, you will find if we can cover living expenses for your chosen school and course.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that answer, Cindy. Now I'll be taking questions from the live session. But before that, I just want to remind everyone to like and share this video and subscribe to GMAT Club channel. Um, we have, okay, another good question. We have, is my loan tied to a school? What if I cleared the waitlist? Do I have to reapply? So just to speak a little bit on this, let's say I have already applied for the loan at Prodigy Finance and I'm going to school, let's say Tuck. But after a couple of weeks, now that my application is completely over, I have received an admission from another school, let's say Columbia, and I now want to go to Columbia. Do I have to start the application process from the beginning, a new application, or can the earlier application and earlier loan amount be transferred to the new school?
Yeah, this is a really good question. We do need a application that corresponds with the school as well as the course that you are attending or that you've chosen to attend. So it does require for you to reapply.
All right. So it means like you'll have to reapply for that. Thank you, Cindy, for this answer. Uh, another good question. I'm a citizen of Turkey, but I have been living and working in the UK for the past 3 years. How is my credit history taken into consideration? Is it just for the UK or for Turkey as well?
Yeah, this is a really great question, Selena, once again. So, great news. You are able to apply if you've been living and working in the UK for the past 3 years. So, even if you're going to school in the UK, you can apply. We will ask for your credit history in the UK. Since you've spent most of your time in the UK, we will require just a credit report from the UK.
All right. So just on the same thing, excuse me. Let's say someone is in a country where the first language is not English, let's say Germany or France or any other country. Uh, do the people need to provide their credit history in English or the original one, which is in the local language?
So we will ask for the original credit report. If we do require translation, our verification team will work with you on making sure that we are able to translate it and understand it. It's really just for us to kind of have a look at your credit history. So yeah, our verification team, our dedicated verification specialist that gets assigned to your application will walk you through the process.
All right. Thank you for that, Sandy. Thank you. The next question is the 5% administration fee charged on the sanction amount or the utilized amount?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do charge the 5% administration fee on the sanctioned amount. And once again, this 5% administration fee is not required to be paid upfront. You'll pay it off with your monthly EMIs, and you only start repaying 6 months after your classes end.
Okay. All right. Another question. I am about to enroll in MBA program in NCR French campus. However, the Prodigy recently stopped funding the courses there. How should we approach this? So, is there any
Oh,
work?
Hassan. Yeah, gosh, yeah. This is a really difficult one for us at the moment. There has been some changes, but our team is working really hard. So right now we're not accepting any new applications for French schools, but we are working hard to open up some French schools, and we will let you know as soon as we start funding schools in France again.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. It's not a question, but a good opportunity to address this. I have received this, I keep getting declines. So, is there any suggestion or recommendation from you for the people whose applications are getting declined?
Well, I'm so sorry to hear this, Dave. I'm sure this is not a good feeling. I cannot really talk about this, but what I could encourage is that our support team are on standby to help you kind of navigate this. They can talk you through the reason for the decline. There are multiple factors that are being considered. So I would just encourage you to reach out to our team. You can contact them at info@prodigyfinance.com, and they would be happy to investigate the reason for the decline and assist to see how we could help.
All right. So, I hope this helps you and you get the reason and then work on those reasons. The next one is. Um, Can you walk us through common reasons for rejections?
Oh, there are multiple reasons why an application could be rejected. It could because you do not meet our eligibility criteria, or it could be affordability related. As a responsible lender, we don't want to overburden, you with debt so that you cannot afford after your studies. So this is why it's important to include accurate details in your application.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. Now, moving on to our FAQs. Yeah, so FAQ 8. What happens if I face difficulties in making repayments after graduation?
So if you are unable to make a payment on your loan due to financial difficulties or other personal circumstances, your first step should be to contact our team. So if you are in repayments, you can write to them at payments@prodigyfinance.com. But yeah, Prodigy remains committed to supporting customers who are experiencing financial distress.
All right. Okay, thank you. That sounds reassuring. Yeah. And a parallel question, I would say, does Prodigy Finance offer any flexibility in repayment options such as deferment and forbearance?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, as mentioned, we are committed to supporting customers who are experiencing financial distress. So yes, your first the first step that you need to take, if you won't be able to make your monthly repayments, is that you need to inform us by emailing us at payments@prodigyfinance.com. Try to do this before your next payment is due. And then to assist our customers who are experiencing financial distress, we do offer 3 months of zero payment forbearance. And we're happy to say that that won't impact your credit score. This means that you can temporarily postpone making your regular monthly payments for 3 months while you get yourself back on your feet.
All right. Thank you for answering those questions, Cindy. Thank you. Um, Another question. Yeah. How long does the application process typically take from submission to disbursement of funds?
Yeah, so we've had some of our students complete their verification process in 2 days. It's really just kind of dependent on how quickly you are able to upload your documents and how accurate the documents are. But on average, we could say, up to 21 working days.
All right. Thank you so much. So, especially the people who have received their admissions in round two this year, they still have long time to get their finances done. So, if you have not explored Prodigy Finance so far, I would encourage you to just head to the website and just fill in your application and see what offer you are getting on that. All right. So with this, our FAQs are now over. I'll again be moving to the forum questions, the live question and answers, and I'll take a moment to remind everyone to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. And just as a reminder, from 23rd April 2024 until 7th May 2024, Prodigy Finance is offering a special discount of 3%. So you can avail that during this time. Also, head to GMAT Club and you will get $500 cash back from the affiliate link there. All
That's
right.
awesome.
Yeah. So another question. Okay. So we have another question. Can I just get the funding just for my second year secured before fall? I have the money I need for the first year.
This is a really great question. You can absolutely apply as long as you meet our eligibility criteria. Sal, you can apply for just your second year funding.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry, I also just need to add if the course is available on our website and it's live to apply, you can apply for it.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that answer. Then we have another question. Can the provisional offer be used for I-20 and or visa, or do we need the signed copy?
Good question. I would recommend that you wait for the official loan confirmation letter when applying for your visa. You may be able to use the provisional offer for I-20 purposes, but for your visa, we would absolutely recommend that you use your official loan confirmation letter. This is really just to prevent kind of rejection of your visa.
Absolutely. That definitely makes sense. Yeah. So with that, the next question we have is the special 3% offer applicable on old applications which haven't been matched yet?
Oh, I'm afraid not, Sal. It is for new applications. So applications that are submitted between the 23rd of April to the 7th of May.
All right. Okay. So the next question we have from Arvind. What is the minimum and maximum interest rate that can be charged, and on what are major factors on which interest rate being charged depends?
So we do not have set interest rates. We do not have a minimum or a maximum interest rate. Our offer is tailored to your application. So we assess your current financial profile as well as your future earning potential to try to give you the lowest possible interest rate.
All right. Okay. Then we have one question from Shilu. Does getting 100% cost of attendance depend on the university one receives admit from, or is it irrespective of the college?
Yeah, so we will assess your credit profile with regards to the maximum the loan is we determine the loan amount based on two factors. So it is the agreement that we have in place with your school. That is one. So it does depend on your school that you're attending, but also your financial profile. Which includes assessing your future earning potential. But in most instances, our loans cover tuition and living expenses, and we always try to give the maximum loan amount that we can.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. We have another question. Let me just look at this. Okay. Another good question. Does getting rejected mean rejection for all other subsequent applications? I get rejected all the time for reasons I can't tell.
Oh, wow, Susan, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I really no, that's not some good news. But to answer the question, no, it does not mean for all subsequent applications. We do encourage you to reapply, making sure the information in your application is accurate. And then also, once again, we will encourage you to reach out to our support team at info@prodigyfinance.com. They are on standby to help you and guide you to see how, what was the reason for the decline, and to see how we can better assist you.
Okay. Then we have another question. Let me just scroll down. Yeah, we have a question from Pooja. What is the criteria for looking into the future potential earnings?
I mean, I'm not sure there's a criteria, but we are using some historic data and just data in the market to determine future potential earnings. Priya, I would recommend that you visit the Prodigy Finance website, specifically the return on investment calculator. That is some of the kind of calculations or the data that we use to determine future potential earnings.
All right. Okay. So Pooja, you can, as Cindy has mentioned, you can reach out to the Prodigy. You can reach out to the Prodigy mentor team as well, and you can visit the Prodigy website and check out the return on investment calculator over there. All right. The next question: is savings the factor for the approval amount of loans?
Savings is not a factor. The only two factors is looking at your current financial profile as well as your future potential earnings. We may sometimes ask for you to prove savings if we are unable to give you the 100% cost of attendance.
All right. Okay. The next question we have from Rakshit. If I plan to refinance the loan with some other lender at some point in time during the loan duration, do I have to pay interest accrued till that point or interest of entire loan duration?
Yeah, this is a really great question, Rakshit. If you refinance your loan with some other lender at some point, you will only pay the interest accrued till the point that you settle or refinance your loan. You are not required to pay interest for the entire duration of the loan.
Okay. We have another question from Pancham. What are the consequences of having a low amount delinquent account reflecting in the credit report? Would a moderately low credit score get rejected? So, just want to mention one thing, Pancham. This in this session, unfortunately, we will not be able to evaluate personal profiles at such level. But Cindy, if you have any recommendations or any suggestions on the lines, uh, please feel free to do that.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say, Pancham, is to just try. I know maybe you think you have a low credit score, but all I can encourage is that if you meet our eligibility criteria and you are eligible to apply, go ahead and apply. Upload your credit report as it is, and see the outcome of the application. Yeah, that's all I can encourage you. There's really no impact if you do get declined. It doesn't impact any future applications. So yeah, just go ahead and apply, go through the verification process. Our verification team are on standby to help you through the verification process.
All right. Thank you so much. We have another question. So Michael says my loan has been declined on several occasions. I really want to know what I'm doing wrong for the denial. And similarly, we have received another point from Caro. She says, I'm from Nigeria. I got an email stating that they could not speak to me, reasons I was declined. So you mentioned, Cindy, that to understand the reason of decline, the reason of rejection of loan, people can reach out to the email address info@prodigyfinance.com, right? So yeah, can you please share a little bit more on that?
Firstly, I just want to say sorry to Michael and Kara, for the experience. Yeah, all I can say is to reach out to the team at info@prodigyfinance.com. They have to respond to you. I don't understand why they wouldn't respond to you and give you a reason. But yeah, we certainly don't decline applications based on nationality or citizenship, as long as you come from one of the 150 countries we support. There are, every application we receive is assessed on an individual basis against a number of factors which make up our credit model. I cannot say exactly what is causing the decline, but reach out to our team who are on standby to assist.
All right. Okay. So I hope Michael and Caro, you reach out to the provided email address and you hear back positively from the team. And I have another question from Caro. She says, is there a toll-free line to reach the customer care? Is it toll-free for foreigners as well?
Yes, we have a global toll-free number. You can find it on our website. Alternately, I could pop the link in the chat. You could also get it when you reach out to GMAT Club directly, right?
Yeah.
Dipesh? Are
Yes.
you able to respond to Kara with our toll-free
Yeah.
details?
All right. So we'll be posting the link here in the chat and also in the description. So you can just reach out to, you can connect with the representative using those links. You can find the contact number over there. Okay. We have one more question. Yeah. Do investments in mutual funds, which are substantially in green, count as savings?
It is a very good question, Rakshit. I believe that it does, but I might be wrong. Could I get back to you or ask GMAT Club to get back to you with acceptable proof of savings? You could also find it on our website. There is an FAQ that confirms which proof of savings is acceptable.
All right. Okay, so I am having a look at the customer care number.
Just actually pop the link
Yeah,
to this in the comments.
all right. So here's the link for whoever is planning or hoping to connect with yeah, whoever is planning or hoping to connect with the Prodigy Finance representative. Um, we have one more question. Uh, yeah. Does Prodigy allow a person to take loan from a bank if the candidate is not eligible for 100% cost of attendance from Prodigy? So, in light of this, I just want to mention one thing that I've heard from people, that sometimes it happens that people request for the whole cost of attendance, but eventually they say that you are lacking $25,000 or $50,000, for which you need to provide additional support. And loan is not supported as an additional evidence of funding. So how can someone who is planning to borrow 100% of cost of attendance navigate through this scenario?
Yeah, such a great question. But yeah, we assess your total debt burden and we will provide you an offer based on this.
All right. Okay. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much it that we have received, and we are also on time. So if you have any further questions, feel free to drop it. And in the meantime, I'll just remind you guys to like and share the video and subscribe to GMAT Club's official channel. Once again, Prodigy Finance is offering 3% off on the interest rates from 23rd April to 7th May. So just if you're planning to avail loans, just head to Prodigy Finance website and fill in your application. Additionally, GMAT Club's users or the GMAT Club affiliate link will get you $500 extra cash back. So you can avail that on top of 3% off on the interest rates. All right. So I think we are pretty much on time and we do not have any further sessions. So with this, we'll be wrapping up our sessions. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. And thank you so much, Sandy, for answering all the questions and for the overview. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.